I can always remember the specific moments when I truly fell in love with a style of food or a dish. I remember that moment that I had like my first lasagna and something clicked. But growing up in Ireland, even in the 90s, which isn't that long ago, the Irish exposure to different flavours and cuisines was extremely limited. And so I remember when I came across this dish, I remember when I first tried it, it was like something snapped me awake. I didn't know that cinnamon could be used in anything other than a hot chocolate or dessert. I had never tasted cardamom, coriander, and most of the spices that go into this dish. It ended up giving me probably my favourite cuisine in food. And that's African, North African, East African, South African. All have their own defining characteristics, flavours, spice rubs. I'm making a dish called Sega Wat, otherwise known as Ethiopian beef stew. And that all begins with the spice blend that started it for me. It's called Berbere. And here's how you make it. And to do that, we're going to start by toasting our spices. So we're going to get coriander seeds into the pan with some cloves and cardamom seeds. We're going to get that into our mortar and pestle, which by the way is a piece of equipment I would advise everybody have. So we get our toasted spices in there. We're then going to go in with chili powder, ground paprika, cayenne pepper, ground ginger, ground cumin, ground fenugreek, garlic powder, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. And we're going to grind all of that together. And we're going to place that aside until we need it. And now we are going to start prepping for the actual dish itself. So we're going to get about 4 large red onions and we want to chop them up. You don't need to be too precise because it does get blended up. We're then going to heat a tiny amount of oil in a pan and we're going to get our onions in there. Let them sit for a couple of seconds. We're going to put the lid on and we're going to cook it on low for about 20 minutes. It may seem like a lot, but all we're doing is drawing out all the moisture. Then add a little bit of oil and pop your lid back on and cook for another 5 to 7 minutes. We're then going to go in with 2 tablespoons of our Berbere Spice mix. Now, this dish would traditionally have a lot more. It is a very spicy dish, but I am cooking for my family. So we're going to fry that off for a few minutes and get the lid on. We're then going to add about 800 grams of stewing beef, mix all of that up. Then we go in with 1 can of chopped tomatoes and we're going to fill that can up with water and get that back into the pot. This cleans the can and make sure we have all the flavor. Mix that up, put a lid on it yet again and cook for another 10 minutes. Then we're going to take off the lid, get our garlic in there. We're going to mix that through and then we're going to pop a lid on it for the last time. And then cook on low for about 40 minutes to an hour or until the beef is beginning to fall apart. And then all that's left to do is to taste for seasoning, adjust your seasoning, and we're ready to plate up. So I serve this with brown rice if at all possible. And we're just going to do it a healthy portion, top it off with a little bit of parsley, and there we go. Give it a go. Brings back memories. No food is good when it brings back so many memories. And the beef is just falling apart. There's a nice level of spice. This is the stuff that makes me love food. It's so much more than just sustenance. It's love and memories. And I would thoroughly urge you to give this one a go. But for now, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. A like and subscribe would be much appreciated. And you have a choice of 2 videos that are going to pop up on the screen to watch. Let me know in the comments what you want to see me cook next. And I'll catch you on the next one.